Hello everybody, Joe Grissafi here, and I have another Topps Project 2020 mail call video to show you. So, I've let them stack up again. Topps is on fire with the shipping. They are catching up very fast. At one point, they were 100 cards behind, and now I think they're like 30 or 40, so things are going to catch up very fast. If you were hesitant to get involved in this project and buy these cards because of the delays are much shorter now. The shipping time is very fast, all things considered. So today I want to show you 15 different cards. I'm going to go through them pretty quickly. It's kind of late. It's almost 11 o'clock at night, and I wanted to do this to get it out of the way. This is the stack of cards, and I went ahead, like I said in my last video, I opened them first, so I know what we have. And I'm going to show you these in numerical order, and I may even skip the graphic to get through this lot. Most of these I bought as singles. There is one card in here, the Ricky Henderson Ermsy, I bought 5 of, and a couple that I bought 2 or 3. Still hoping that some of them do appreciate in value, but I did skip quite a few, and I will tell you which ones I skipped as well, or some of them at least. Anyway, let me stop rambling and get on with it. So the first card I'm going to show you today is number 147. It is Nolan Ryan by Jacob Rochester, and I get that right? Yes. There were 3,781 of these ordered. 3,781. It's card number 147. Pretty good looking card. And I've said this in my other videos, I am mainly after a Jackie Robinson set and as a player set and a Tyson Beck set, but I am also interested in the George Bretts. I may try to complete a George Brett set and possibly a Nolan Ryan set, minus the first cards because those are pricey and I didn't get on board soon enough to get those. But it is getting easier to skip everything because if you don't want to buy it right away, chances are right now you're going to be able to pay retail in the near future. Some of them are still dropping. I haven't checked the prices on these. If I'm making any sense at all, it is 11 o'clock and I'm rushing myself, so I'm going to slow down here. I've skipped a few. And I'm starting to watch the prices of the ones I skipped. And right now it looks like the ones I skipped that I actually kind of wanted, I can still get for retail from someone who's already bought them. And I get to see the card before I buy it. So if I'm not too concerned about centering, I can grab one probably. And I say when I'm talking about one, whatever card that might be. If I want one that's not completely centered perfectly, I can probably pay less than retail. Some of them, the centering's not critical. The one card in recent history that had a under 2,000 print run, the Mariano, I think that one's going for a little more than retail. But everything else I've looked at, the George Brett Don C, which I missed, which I would have bought, but I missed it. I can still get it for 20 bucks. And I did sell a Jackie Robinson Matt Taylor card for 22 bucks free shipping on eBay. So I did make like 25-cent profit. But I got 10 of those cards for some reason, but I was happy to let one go without losing any money on that. Next card I want to show you is Joshua Videz, Ken Griffey Jr. Now people laugh at the Sharpie, make the Sharpie jokes, and rightfully so. It looks like he went over it with a Sharpie, but if you look carefully, I don't know if you can tell with that little light there. If you look at the card, you can see that where the Sharpie is, the card is indented, so it adds a pretty cool effect to it, which really makes it look like a cartoon illustration if you look at it from an angle. Can you see that? Now this is card number 148, and the print run is 6,021, which is a high print run now. So this card you can probably get for original retail. It's a little reflective here. There's my face in this bad light. Can you see that? There it is. Yeah, you can see You can see the texture, the dots there. Yeah, good. Now, this is the first time this issue has come up. Can you see? Look carefully at that. There are a bunch of black spots on the back of this card. I don't know if that's ink. I don't know if it's something I can just wipe off. I don't know if it's dirt attached to the case, but that's disappointing because this is a very well-centered card and something that I would consider getting graded because it's got 4 sharp corners, the centering's good, the print of the photo is good, but you got these black spots all over the back. Make sure that's in focus. I don't know if you can see that here. If you can, great. If not, fortunately, if I don't grade it, it's fine because I'll just admire the front of it. But that is disappointing for, I guess I got this in a 2-pack. So for 16 bucks, you still want it to be a good card, and that shouldn't have gotten by quality control. Looks like there's a crack in the case too. Bummer, 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 bummer. All right, here are the Ermsy. Nope, I was wrong. Yeah. This is Ermsy Tony Gwynn, which is a good looking card. I've always been a fan of this Tony Gwynn rookie card. The original, I should say, to clarify. And this was a fun card. I almost didn't buy it because I'm not really chasing Tony Gwynn cards, but I thought about having a Tony Gwynn set from the beginning, but I can't do them all. And he's got an expensive one at the top of the set. But Ermsys are a lot of fun. I'm not going after a complete Ermsy set either. The centering on this is off left and right a bit and up and down. Fortunately, the busyness of the card and the overlapping of the shoe and the vines or whatever that is at the top distracts from that, so that's good. Next, that's card number 161. The case has got some scratches, and it is a 5,543 print run, which again is high now. So that's probably a card you can get for retail or less in the aftermarket from someone who bought too many. I only bought one. Now we have the Keith Shore Sandy Koufax. And I'm not after Sandy Koufax cards, and I'm not chasing Keith Shore cards anymore. I don't see a future for these. If I see one that I really like, I'm going to get the Robinson, of course. But I don't see a big future for these. This is card number 162. That is, if you're buying them hoping that they gain in value. If you buy it because you really like Keith Shore's work, great. If you like the player, great. Don't let me discourage you. This is card number 162, and 4,009 were ordered. That is the print run, 4,009. This is a fairly well-centered card. I'm happy with that. The back is clean, and it has 4 sharp corners. But this actually looks like the lighting's decent here if I can keep the glare off it. Cool, okay. Another one, the Sandy Koufax one real quick. I bought this hoping for a low print run, hoping that some of these cards have low print runs and go up in value. I go back and forth on that. Don't chase the print runs, buy the cards you like and you're going to be happy. But that FOMO gets me sometimes. And the chase, hoping, the dream of these things becoming valuable gets me. But when I look at my credit card bills, I really need to tell myself to back off. And it's getting a little easier to do that when I look at what I owe my credit card company. This is Don C's Bob Gibson. I do not like it. I did not follow Bob Gibson's career. I don't know everything about him, but others that have posted about this card say he was a big basketball player. So, of course, that's what this card is honoring. It is the baseball card with the texture of a basketball. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And I'm going to get to a comment on the Tony Gwynn Don C as well, which kind of applies to this one, which would make this a great card. I bought this because at the time, Don C was the only artist set that I was actually going to complete because I got the first card. I've missed a couple since then, and I can get them for less, so I can still accomplish that if I want to. But that's the only reason I bought this card. All right. This is Jacob Rochester's Dwight Gooden, number 164. But before I move on, the Bob Gibson card, 163, had a 3,484 print run, which is getting a little lower. Still a little high considering the recent cards. Everyone's hoping for that 2,000 print run. This is the Rochester Dwight Gooden. Rochester is, he makes some really nice cards. And I'm not after a Gooden set. I'm not after a Rochester set, I guess. And I forget which one this was paired up with. I don't have an invoice. One thing is I didn't get invoices in anything that was delivered in a bubble wrap envelope. So these were 2 packs and they didn't come with invoices. So offhand, I don't know what it was teamed up with. It could have been this Ryan here. It could have been this Gibson here. So I am inclined pretty sure I bought this because it was part of a 2-pack. Because I don't want to pay the 20 bucks. I'm not buying single cards from Topps. That's one rule I'm kind of setting for myself. I'll go with Wheeler Collection to get a single card at $15.95, I believe. This is card number 164, Rochester Dwight Gooden, and this had a 3,175 print run, which is getting much better. The sub 3,000s is what we really want and think will help the set hold its value, or at least your purchase hold its value. Sophia Chang's Nolan Ryan, card number 165. I like the Nolan Ryan cards. This is I like the colors on this card. I am not a fan of the doodle style anymore. This has a print run of 4,146. I'm completely turned off from the doodle style. It just, good for her for making a career out of that and not knocking her at all. I just don't want to spend my money on the doodles anymore. And Joshua Videz, Willie Mays. You've seen the way the lines are indented on the card. This has what I think is terrible centering because you can't see the Sharpie mark on the right side of the card at all. This had a print run of 3,609, and I only bought the one, fortunately. Okay, here is my only 5-pack from this batch that I'm showing you. It's a fun card. It's Ermsy's Ricky Henderson. And it's card number 168. I'll take it out of the bag in a second. 168 and has a print run of 6,650. So that's high. That is a high print run for this part of the set. I believe all of these are centered equally. No, this one's actually good. This one's probably my keeper right here. Centering is pretty close to 50-50 on this card. I'm going to go through these and find my keepers. Obviously, the ones I only bought one of are my keepers, and I can upgrade them later if someone has a well-centered card for less. So there is Ricky Henderson, and a real quick look at these. Yeah, these are, the one I just showed you is the best centered of the batch that I bought. So that one was my keeper, and these go away eventually. I am holding on to them as long as I can because I don't want to lose too much money. I'm hanging in there hoping that some of these are at least going to maintain so I can get my money back, or some of it. Okay, the Grotesque Ted Williams. Again, I think I went after this one to chase that low print run. It's number 172, and it had a print run of 3484, 3,484. So it was close to being low. That's about normal now. I don't think that's going to cause the card to appreciate, and the Ted Williams cards aren't really doing anything special as far as resale goes. So I think I'm taking Ted Williams off my purchase list. I think, yeah, Tyson Beck has already released his Ted Williams, pretty sure. So I'm done with that. I guess that's the bright side of being at this point, is I can be very, very selective. Mr. Cartoons Ken Griffey Jr. Shouldn't have bought this. Should not have bought it. It had a print run of 6,527. I'm pretty sure this was part of a 2-pack. It was either, let's see, with it must have been a 2-pack with Maguire here. Otherwise, I wouldn't have bought it, because personal rule in this set is don't buy Griffeys, don't buy Jeters, don't buy Trouts, because there will be plenty of those, and I'm going to get to that in a moment. It's not a bad looking card. One of the highlights here is the pair of shoes hanging off the telephone wire there. And I don't think, yeah, I should go in a little more detail, like the Ted Williams here. Grotesk puts people in images, these Aztec-looking images. I say Aztec, it could be Inca, it could, you know what I'm talking about. This is a player, and you got to look closely. You can, at first glance, you can miss that that's actually a person on each side of him. All right, moving on. Old Man Allen's Mark Maguire. I'm kind of a fan of Old Man Allen stuff. They're the simplest ones in the set, other than Videz with his Sharpie. But Old Man Allen's look like they were real, legit cards. And some people find them bland. I'm kind of drawn to them. So I will consider buying Old Man Allen stuff, even if I'm not chasing that particular player set. Look at it real quick. It's Mark Maguire, the Bashers, of course. Jose Canseco and he were the Bash brothers back then. It's a fairly well-centered card. It's off left and right just a little bit, but for my personal collection, that's going to be fine. Can you see that? I do not expect anything to happen with this as far as value goes. This is card number 178, and it had a print run of 3,224, so that's about normal now. And since this is card number 178, I'm going to back up a bit and share with you some of the cards that I missed, that I actually intentionally skipped. I skipped 167, which was Mike Trout. I did not buy that one. And real quick, I'm looking on the website here to see the print run of that. I should have written it down. There it is. 167 Mike Trout by Naturel. Good looking card. Don't get me wrong. Good looking card. I do like Naturel stuff when it's a player that I like. That had a print run of 11,658. So that is going to be probably something I could pick up now for 10 bucks. In fact, let me go to eBay real quick and take a look. Project 2020 Mike Trout 167. Closed auctions. There it is. $8.50, $13, $10.50. I'll screenshot this. Put it up there for you. 13, 10.50, 13.50. Good call on my part to skip that card. Okay, and 169 was Akira, 170 was Mattingly Ben Baller, which I don't buy any more Ben Baller stuff. That, again, his sell really well. If you want a Ben Baller card but don't want to spend the 20 bucks, let it go, pick it up later, because there will be plenty of them out there, in my opinion. That's what I expect to see. And the 171 was a JK5 Derek Jeter, and that had a 6009 print run. So that should be something that you could easily pick up. Okay, back to what I have to show you. Number 179 is Mariano Rivera by Tyson Beck. So I'm not after Mariano cards, Rivera cards. I am after Tyson Beck cards. And this is, to me, in my opinion, this is an improvement over the original and could be a sleeper card from the set. Nice and colorful. I liked what Tyson Beck's doing. And the centering is not really an issue with these because the border is wonky. So you're cool with not having to worry about the border too much. I'm sure there is a perfect border for these, but you just can't tell what it is just by looking at it real quick. And nothing special other than the Yankees logo and the Bowman logo and bubblegum in the art in the background. Okay, this had the potential to be a terrific card in my opinion, and this is where I want to also refer back to the Bob Gibson basketball texture card. This is the Don C Tony Gwynn, and I bought two of them. Let me get the other one out here. I bought two of them, and what I think could have really put this card over the top is if in the printing process they had indented where the wood of the bat was supposed to be burned. If the burn marks were indented like the Videz Sharpie marks, this would have been a really cool card. Otherwise, without that, it looks much better on the website than it does in hand, in my opinion. The centering is fine. It's hard to tell if it's off center. But man, what a great looking card this would have been if there would have been indented parts. Okay. It's got a signature. Genuine B267 is right there. I don't know what that is, to be honest with you. I'm assuming it might be the bat style. And it's a Louisville Slugger logo, so we all know what that is. And last but not least, the one card that I really should not have bought, but Grotesk appeals to me sometime. It's a very good looking card, but I shouldn't have bought it because there were a lot of them made. This is Mike Trout number 187, and before I forget, the Tony Gwynn card number 180 had a 4,292 print run, and this Mike Trout card right here has a print run of 11,405. So you should be able to pick this one up very cheap as well. It is a very good looking card. I'll give you that. Mine ended up being a little off center, and I told you Grotesk uses the images in the card are actually something. So the two figures around Mike Trout are fish in an ancient Aztec, Inca, that era type style, and I think that's what he's trying to do. Anyway, 11,405 of these are out there, so you should have no problem picking one of these up cheap. Card number 187. All right, guys, that's all I have for you in this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I didn't spend too little time on each card. I hope you gained something from it. We do hope you buy, and you know, this is a fun project to follow. It's just a bit overwhelming because it's taking so long, and if you're really interested in it, you have to pay attention every day, and that just it wears you out. And it sounds weird talking about buying baseball cards, but it occupies your mind, and to me, it kind of wears me out. I think, oh, do I need to think about that today? Should I have bought that card? FOMO is real, and so is JOMO, joy of missing out. So thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this at all. And I am going to do another video very soon. I have this stack of Topps boxes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think there's 9 boxes here. Some of them are the companion cards. and those are actually very nice. I'm looking forward to an Andrew Thiel companion card out of this batch right here. So that's going to be my next video. I may do that tomorrow, so check back for that if you're interested. My name is Joe Grisafi. Thanks for watching, and you guys have a great day, a great night, a great morning, a great weekend, whatever it is, whenever you're watching this. Thank you, and goodbye.
For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball.